I just don't know. I'm going to go with it, thinking it's going to be whatever it turns out to be, because I have no idea right now. We're just going to feel it. Hope you guys are doing well. Please like and subscribe if you're new here. We're glad to have you in the collective group. Sorry I missed yesterday, guys. Things got really, really busy. Had to do what I had to do around here. Getting close to helping my grandma back out and getting into school and being with the kids. And it's just been one of those couple days. So I hope you're all doing well. Hope it's a good holiday weekend. And let's see what's going on in the energy. Spirit, can you just give me a current vibration for the people watching today? What is a card that can speak to the people watching today? Let's take a look. Is that Karen? Oh, my screen's too dark. Hi. Oh, it's Italian Pete, Elizabeth, Jack Wolf. Hi, Colette. Hi, Markers. Is that Markers? Yes. Hi, guys. Sorry, my screen's on low because I don't want my phone to die.
Like my phone.
So good to see you guys. Mariah's here with us today, too. Stephanie, you're sounding great. Yeah, I feel really great today, guys. I am having a fruit smoothie, which is one of my best favorite things I like to have. It's delicious. It gives me a lot of energy, so I'm really feeling good with that and taking vitamins and focus on health and being good. Spirit, please direct me on a card for the collective today. Where is this reading going to lead us? Is it going to be about love? Is it going to be about money? Is it going to be about spiritual lessons? Is it going to be about shadow side self? What is this? Is it karmic? What should we know about today as the collective? Ooh, it went sideways. Interesting. So we're looking at the Two of Wands, which is the path. Now this is definitely talking about decisions and choices. Making good choices. Healthy choices. So I think Spirit's guiding me into a reading saying, are we making good decisions for our lives? Are our decisions leading us down the path that we want to be at? Or how about the destination we want to get? And so I think, yeah, Spirit's like, have we sat down and asked ourselves, what are our goals? What's our long-term goal? What's our short-term goal? What's our goal for love? What does our relationships look like in the future? What kind of a connection do you want to have with your kids? What about your parents? What about your friends? Do you live where you want to live? Is this where you're enjoying life? Are you being the best version of your best self currently where you're at? So that's where Spirit's guiding you today. Asking ourselves, what are our decisions? Bottom of the deck is the Moon card. Under that is Three of Wands, expectation. And this is being the captain of your own ship. Making decisions, sticking to them, having the energy and determination to go after it. And to not let other people tell us, you need to do this, you should do that, you would be very good at this. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have people see your best in yourself that you don't see in yourself. It's good to have people say you're beautiful when you don't think you are. It's good to have people say you are super skilled at this and I think you'd be an amazing architect or an amazing whatever, because that helps encourage you and it makes you spread your imagination and dream more and want more for yourself. So those are good. Listening to people that want to encourage you is a good thing. But it's totally different when you have people telling you what you should do right now and them making you do it. Perhaps you have a parent, whether you're an adult or young person, that says, you're going to do this, whether you like it or not. You're going to go to college for this particular thing, or you're going to work over here because I own a business and this is where you should work. You know, that's pressure that you should not buckle under. And so this is, remember to be the captain of your own ship. And the Moon is sometimes things are not what they seem. If you guys are ever in the bath or looking in the lake or water of any type, you'll notice that your reflection or the reflection of the things around you are muddled. You can still see the actual image, but the details are not there. You can't make out the details of your face if you're looking into the water. You see your outline, your color of hair, what you're wearing, your shape, etc. But can you see the irises and the pupils of your eyes? Can you see the birthmarks or the freckles you might have? Can you see, you know, the details about how you're feeling in an image of water? No, everything is muffled. You don't really know what's exactly going on. So there's a lot of confusion and illusion when you look at the moon card. It's like, yes, things are coming to the surface and things are starting to take shape and make sense and your feelings are coming up. But why? And why are your dreams revealing things to you? What is it showing you? Is it showing you that you have psychic abilities? Is it showing you that there's premonitions to look out for? Is it showing you some business that's unfinished that you would like to be finished? Is it maybe just a visit from someone that you love that's no longer with you? I believe all of those apply. All of those apply. This is Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Normally a Cancer card, the moon rules the sign of Cancer, but the moon says, I am your thoughts, your subconscious, your dreams, and your intuition. I am your psychic abilities, and I am your connection to Mother. So also your connection to Mother Earth. How connected are you to this earth? I don't know. So that's what's coming out there. Let's get a Island Time Wellness card and see what's up with that. Okay, and I already pre-shuffled these. I'm just going through them again for you. Hi. Island Time Wellness. Seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, and third-party interference. Sorry about my little guy's toy. Yeah, thank you, baby. So there might be some of this going on. Do you guys feel seduced? I also feel there may be some seduction in your dreams. I feel like a lot of you guys have been getting a lot of seduction dreams. And it doesn't always have to be about sex or relationship. It can be seducing you into something else. Maybe tempting you into eating something or tempting you into getting something done or going someplace. It's enticing. It's not always about sexual pleasures. It's about enticing. But, you know, for a lot of you that are in connections, certainly it's a seduction dream. A lot of you guys may be getting visits from someone that you care about that maybe you're just distant from. You know, maybe you're not talking to that person. I don't know. Bottom of the deck is palm tree. Stability, security, performance, growth. I'm sorry, permanence. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. It's funny how they have flexibility and permanence in the same card because they're almost two completely different things. A lot of you guys are very stubborn on a specific path is what I'm getting. You're flexible, you're willing to work around that path, but close by. Close by this path, but you're not willing to change the path for sure. And it's definitely about someone that you have an attraction to and maybe you just can't find yourself releasing at this time, okay? The next card here is addiction, codependent obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, and restraint. So what we have really going on here, and there's some strong Aries, Taurus energy, Aries, Taurus, Cancer vibes, but we definitely have someone that's just open to some things, but just not open to all, and that's okay. We're going to get more information. It's almost like you have options and choices, but you're still hanging on to this one person or this one thing. And that's understandable. We are humans. That's what we do. We want to hang on to one specific thing and still explore and just see what else is out there. It's called being smart, right? It's called not putting all your eggs in one basket. It's called having some security, some permanence, some safe net so we can explore. It's like we're willing to go off in the woods and explore what's out there, but we're taking some security with us. We're not just going to walk with nothing. We have to be prepared. So I get it, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, okay? But there's just a lot going on here. I also feel like Rahu is strongly influencing you guys right now. And that's probably why I feel a lot of that Taurus energy, because Rahu is in Taurus, just the north node of the moon. I don't follow tropical Western astrology. It is Vedic, sidereal astrology. So for those of you that want to get me on that, that's where I'm getting my information from. Anyways, we're going to keep going into this reading because Spirit's really talking to us about it. Let's see what supports these energies. Spirit, what supports the mental and the emotional in this reading? Okay. There's 2 cards that need to be there for whatever reason. And what supports this path? The 2 of Wands. Give me some information about this choices. Okay. We got 2 there also. Okay. And Spirit, please give me some energy for the 3 of Wands. Expectation. What should we do? What should we be doing as the captain of our own ship? Tell us more information about that. Okay, so we got 1 card there. Bottom of the deck is the Tower. And I know it's probably not what a lot of you guys want to see is the Tower. Big changes, guys. Big. Life-changing decisions. You guys are taking your old hat off. Kind of just done making big decisions that change you forever. This is the Tower moment of your own choosing. The Spirit's not going to come over here and just rip it off of you. You guys are choosing to change your tune, turn the leaf. I don't know what the saying is with that. Let's reveal the moon. Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Wow, there's a Cancerian somewhere in your life. Okay, somewhere there's somebody that's a Cancerian vibe. Okay, these are all those June, July babies. And it doesn't have to be a sun. It could be a moon sign. It could be a rising ascendant. Okay, it could be a Jupiter for some of you guys, those ladies out there. Okay, it could be a Venus for some of you guys out there. Jupiter is in Aquarius, and it behaves like it's in Cancer because it's the water bearer. So there's a lot of emotions with Jupiter anyways. But this beautiful vibration is love, feelings, family. I mean, this just is such a happiness. The moon is clarifying that you have a lot of emotions about family. You might be over emotional about children, watching them grow, watching them change, watching them leave. Maybe you have regrets about not having children or regrets about the relationship you already have with them. Maybe you just miss them. And for some of you guys, maybe you miss your childhood. Maybe you're missing your grandpa or your grandma that you grew up with, having their delicious food and spending time with them and going places with your grandparents and getting their advice and them being a presence in your life. You know, maybe it's a parent that's no longer with you, okay? Maybe it's siblings that are no longer with you and you really miss them and you're wondering, why has our relationship become so distant? One of those things in astrology, guys, and it's more of a deeper astrology, but if you have a difficult placement in the Navamsha or, you know, even your birth chart in the 11th house, if you have a difficult placement there, you're definitely going to see your relationship with your siblings kind of grow more and more apart. And it probably starts after the age of 21. It may be even sooner, but it's not like one big crash, boom, it's over. It's usually a gradual distancing. So for a lot of you guys, that could be an issue. Maybe you have a poor placement with your mom, with the moon placements. If you have some poor placements for the moon, or some conjunctions, or just stressors around the moon for you, maybe you're noticing that your relationship with your mom isn't as good as you wanted it to be, or it's stressful, or it's just getting worse, or who knows how that looks. But my advice to you is this: whatever your placement is with family, father is the sun, mother is the moon, siblings are the 11th house, younger siblings are the 3rd, children are the 5th. If you have any difficult placements there, maybe you have difficult placements in the 7th house, which is kind of your relationships in general. It's like a general relationships, but especially marriage. If you're struggling in relationships, look at those houses and see what you can do. Look at the sign in that house, the zodiac sign, and then look at the planet who rules that sign. Find out where he is, okay? And then see what you can do to help that planet succeed. What can you do to benefit? There's certain colors you can wear. There's gemstones. There's mantras, yogas. There's all kinds of things that you can do to kind of help that along. Even magic, okay? Spells, rituals, things that you can do weekly that can help that ruling planet for any of those houses I mentioned, okay? Just to help yourself if there is a struggle, okay? That's just some advice for people that may be finding those struggles. But as far as the reading goes, what supports the moon is family, marriage, soulmate. Ace of Cups is true love. It also represents a new beginning with emotions, a fresh new heart, and wanting a new relationship. To be honest, a lot of you guys want to reinvigorate your current relationship, and you're thinking heavily and feeling heavily about it. And for others, it's you would really like to have a relationship, and you're thinking and feeling heavily about that. It's on your mind, it's on your radar. You would like to have a relationship. So that's really what's showing up in this reading. And there is dreams about it. There's premonitions, feelings. There's a lot going on. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands has the Six of Swords. This is kind of getting over it, finding a resolution to a problem, choosing to find a solution rather than stick it out in a situation and just fight. And then we have the Hanged Man. And this is about a pause, going inside. This is a stop. This is we're not going forward or backward, we're sitting here. We're sitting here and we're thinking about a solution to a problem, okay, because we have a problem with someone. We've been fighting with this person, we've been having issues, we've been in a negative place, and we've got to choose to move on to a better place. But what is that better place? And that's what the Hanged Man is showing us. We have to change our thoughts, our perception, our perspective. We have to shift. The Hanged Man says, I don't just want you to look at what's going on. I want you to see things through my eyes. I want you to experience your words. I want you to look and taste at what you've created. I want you to feel it, look at it, and look at this through me. What does that look like to you? So Spirit's kind of giving you a taste of your own medicine by possibly dealing with a friend that's dealing with a similar situation, or a family member, or a lover. Okay, for some of you, you're having to deal with someone that's you're giving advice to probably, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is my situation. I give good advice, but I'm not taking my own advice on certain things. This is also looking at the situation and saying, I need to move on from something. I need to make a better choice or a different choice if I want to have any peace in my life, any resolution. And what I see here for a lot of you guys, and I hate to put it out there like this, but I do see some people moving on from an air sign. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Somebody is, you know, thinking about moving on from that person. And that could be a family or lover, okay? But someone's just like, I think it's maybe not going to work out with that person the way I was hoping. And so there's a lot of emotions behind it, you know? Even if it's a kid, a grown adult or something. And you're like, I love my child. I want to be around my child. I want to be there to support my child. I want to have this relationship. But all my child wants to do is do drugs, or all my child wants to do is argue, or all my child wants to do is take money. My child's not learning. You know, I've got to walk away and let this child experience some of life on their own. Or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe it's about a lover. You know, I've tried to help this person my way. I want nothing but love and happiness with this person, but this person is choosing to walk away from me, or I've got to walk away from them. But someone is definitely walking away, making a decision to go elsewhere, leaving the negativity behind. And that's causing someone else to think long and hard about their choices. Guys, are you leaving someone behind and making them think about their choices? Did you shut them off? Did you walk away? Did you block them? Did you choose to just go somewhere else? And now they're sitting there reflecting, thinking about how it got there? Was that your point? Or did it just happen naturally? Or maybe someone walked away from you and they've let you be, and they've made you think long and hard about your situation and what you're doing with your life and how did it get here. And a lot of you guys, whatever the scenario is, whether it's the shoe on your foot or the shoe on someone else's foot, basically in a nutshell, this reading so far is I've separated here from a situation so I can think about my life's choices. Because in a nutshell, that's what it is. And it's a tower moment because it's a change in beliefs, habits, and a way of life and a foundation, something that was permanent in your life, a permanent structure, a permanent person, a permanent relationship, that is shifting. And so someone or all of you is thinking about your life and thinking what you want to be happy about. What do you want? Okay. The next card, Three of Wands, expectation, Ten of Swords, demise, clarifies the Three of Wands. And you guys know right after that was the Tower. So Ten of Swords, Tower for the outcome. This is a painful ending, but it's a very emotional one, believe it or not. Because it's like you're so destroyed mentally and you're so exhausted mentally, and you've tried every avenue of communication to no avail. Nothing worked. And so you have to block someone, cut someone out, or you have to make a hard decision to just cut someone off. And that is probably just one of the most difficult things. And I think for a lot of you, that's what this reading is in a nutshell. Choosing to cut someone off that does not fit your image of life. You can't see them in your future. You can't see them in your daily happiness. They don't fit. They don't fit in this new plan for your life that you feel good about. And if you don't cut them off, they're going to hold you back. So that is the message for some of you. Again, it's an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see 3 under here. We have the Empress, which is motherhood. It's also divine feminine. It's also nurturing, healing, growing, and creating. And it represents abundance and power and beauty. And then we have cleanse. Whoops. Okay, cleanse is getting rid of, smudging, taking things away, and putting peace and openness and purity in its place. This is taking something away but not replacing it with something else. It's just loving the space, loving the cleansing and the purity of it, just the openness of it. Getting rid of and not replacing something with it. And ironically, we have the Emperor with the Empress. And didn't we just have this 2 days ago in one of my readings? And we have it again. The perfect pair, the soulmate match, the twin flames. Okay, people that were created, destined to be together. And the Emperor and the Empress do represent a marriage or a family, because this does represent the mother and the father. So family, marriage, commitment, stability, a recipe for life and creation and sustenance. And they're both here. But in between the Emperor and the Empress lies cleanse. You guys are about to get deep with me. Are you ready? Buckle up. What lies between the divine masculine and the divine feminine is an air sign or someone that has that placement that needs to be cleared out so these two can go about their lives. It is what it is. There is interference. That's seduction. And now I'm going to go into that little energy there at the bottom. Third party interference. Do you guys read that at the very bottom, the last sentence there? Or the last statement? Okay, so there is a third party interference that you felt was permanent. You felt this third party was maybe a parent, a sibling, kids, or maybe a wife or husband, or just committed partner, possibly 10 of Cups, that they had a happiness with. Someone here had a third party, happiness, okay? And for the Emperor and the Empress, that was in the way. And the third party was codependent. Maybe everyone was. Obsessive, possessive, controlling, has a block, and created a restraint. Maybe there was a third party that created a restraining order or put a block on a phone between soulmates or twin flames. Maybe this third party interfered with a mother and a father from their child because they didn't like the other parent. Maybe this third party had children and didn't want their person interfering with anybody else because they did have a child or a family. Whatever the situation is, someone is in pain because there's been third party interference, and it's been a seduction, and it's been an obsession, and there was a codependency. So anyways, we really have to help this Emperor and Empress out. They really want to make this connection work. They're divine. They're not codependent. They're not obsessive over each other. They're healthy. They're healed. They're good people. They know how to create a beautiful life. They know how to take care of themselves. And they also know how to take care of others. They're good people. So what's up with this third party interference? And I think that's why the twin flames or soulmates have been having revealing dreams about 10 of Cups, happiness, new love, new romance, reinvigorated, just healed, fresh new start in love that would make you guys both so happy. But then again, there's those choices. Remember we were talking about What decisions have people made that made their life not good? Maybe not happy, or maybe just not where they want it to be. And so Hanged Man is like, let's question that and let's get out of toxic water, tumultuous water, and let's move over to smoother waters. Let's soar above the swords. Let's soar above the problems. Can we get over our past? Can we get over our issues? Can we get over third-party interference? Can we overcome that? Is it possible? Can we make it on the other side of the bridge? This is about mending bridges. For some people. And the questions are, can we? But the hardest decision, Two of Wands, is to take action. Take the first step. To step away from codependency, be the captain of your own ship. Cut off that person, that codependent, obsessive, possessive, controlling person. Ten of Swords them. Get them out. End a difficult situation. End the dark night of the soul and the frustrating position everyone has been in. Put a tower moment on this. It's over. We have to move on from that particular energy and just hopefully cross this bridge. But again, the Two of Wands is the question is, can we do it? It's so hard to get two people on the same page, especially two people with totally different lives. And that's what the Hanged Man is trying to do. The Hanged Man is acting as spirit, trying to work with the both of you. And it's so hard to get you guys to think and feel the same way, because that's near impossible. You each have your own desires, your own vision, your own destiny. And Spirit's trying to get two soulmates, two twin flames, two destined people aligned. A very difficult task. Let's get some information on that, Spirit. What do you see happening with this Hanged Man? What do you see happening between them and getting on the same page? Let's do a good shuffle in here. I hate when it does that. Okay. Backstabbers must be forgotten. Okay. Spirit says reciprocity. Adjustments are being made. Spirit with the Hanged Man says you get what you give. But it's not identical. And I think our community of people that are growing have realized a very true, impactful statement, which is when you get and receive something that you didn't give out, you don't understand why you're not receiving the same thing you gave out. For example, you give love, passion, and support, and you receive anger, animosity, and separation or detachment from you. And you ask yourself, why am I receiving that when all I gave was love, compassion, and support? And Spirit says, look at the details. Let's read the fine print. A lot of us sign contracts, terms and conditions. We agree to things, but we don't read the fine print because it's too much, it's too overwhelming. And in the fine print, Spirit says adjustments need to be made. Why? Because for someone that gives love, compassion, and support, some of the things we're leaving out, the details, is that person's not happy alone. That person is clingy. Or that person is insecure. AKA, that person is codependent. they need another human to fulfill a void or an emptiness inside them. So what you're receiving is what you're giving. The fine print, the details. You are giving an energy of emptiness. You're giving an energy of, I can't be alone, therefore you attract aloneness. You give an energy of, I want to be loved because I'm not loved. I'm not worthy. I need you to tell me I am. So what you're attracting is, you're not worthy. And I'm not going to tell you you are. Because remember, the moon and the mirror, they reflect in a reversal. When you write words and you put it up to a mirror, it's not going to be exactly what you wrote. It's reverse. It's the last letter to the first. When you wrote it, the first letter to the last. It's not going to come in the same order that you put it out. So Spirit says, let's look at the fine print. We're not just reading actions. And a lot of people in the community think actions beget actions. I do an action, I beget an action. Actually, our community is learning feelings beget feelings. Emotions and energies beget emotions and energies. It's not what we say or how we do it. In the spiritual community, it's how we feel and why we do it. Feel and why versus do is different. So this reciprocity that we're learning here is, we're not getting what we're giving because we're not focusing on actions or behaviors. We're looking at the inner reflection with the moon, like Alice in Wonderland in the Looking Glass, or like the Labyrinth, which is why I picked this card. Everything that you think is, isn't. In the labyrinth, the maze and the labyrinth world, everything's an opposite. To every up, it's down. To every right, it's left. To every thank you, it's a no thank you. Everything's reversed. Everything you want, you're not going to get. It's completely reversed. So you have to learn to think in a reversed way to get through the labyrinth. And the labyrinth represents our mind and our journey. And we're learning through the looking glass, through the crystal ball, through the moon of our emotions, that we are living in a parallel universe and we need a paradigm shift. We're in a paradigm shift with the tower. And Spirit's like, you have to look at things from a different angle. Don't look at things through human eyes. Look at them through spiritual eyes. Don't look at things through the looking glass of the way the world looks through this as a looking glass. Look at it in an emotional way, spiritual way. So the people that are struggling with not reading the fine details emotionally through the mirror, through the moon of themselves, they're going to have a hard time understanding why they're suffering, why there's a brick wall, why they're receiving reciprocity, everything they think they're giving. Stephanie, all I give is love and support and compassion. But through the looking glass, Stephanie, all I keep giving is emptiness, neediness, and loneliness. That's what you're getting back. And that's what we have to question. And that begs to differ from different people. Stephanie, all I give is resentment, anger, and aloofness. What are they getting? They're getting people that want to give them affection or want a relationship with them, want to come to them. And the people that are trying to avoid someone are like, Stephanie, every time I try to ignore this person, block this person, get away from this person, I'm getting this person. Because what are you sending out? What signals are you sending out emotionally? You're sending out, I need love. I wish I had compassion and understanding. I don't want to be alone. I'm hurt. I'm sad. See, that person that tries to build the wall and the barrier is sending signals, emotions, and vibrations of love, and they don't even realize it. Thank you, Kiara King, for the 444 in Cash App. I appreciate you so much. So, you know, it's surprising, and that's why people say, Stephanie, life isn't fair. For the people that are mean, they're getting all this good stuff. And for the people that are being good, they're getting all this bad stuff. Alice in Wonderland and the Labyrinth say, let me tell you why. They're sending out different vibrations. Their words and their actions are not really what's going on. There's more underneath it than you even know. And I want you to see things the way I see things, says Spirit. I don't read actions and human decisions. I read spirits and souls and vibrations. And I see a vibration in someone that is attracting an energy to them. Because that person that may be blocked and has barriers has a vibration of love. They're just hurt. But they're sending out thoughts every day about love. And they don't even tell anybody. They have visions and images about walking to the park with someone, holding hands, being in bed with someone, cuddling, watching movies, going on vacations together. They have visions of marriage and happiness and unity. That's their thoughts. But their actions are, I don't want anyone. I'm aloof. I'm alone. I'm isolated. I'm blocked. I don't need your energy. But someone's chasing them because they're attracting it like a magnet. Opposites attract. They are attracting that energy. And all the people that are like, Steph, I focus on love. I focus on marriage. I focus and speak love in my life. And I want a relationship. And I do everything to get this. And I am so available. And I give flowers and chocolates and roses. And I send good communication. But all I'm receiving is negativity. What vibration are you in? Let's do a hypnotic look into self. What is your vibration inside of your heart? Is it sadness, aloneness, isolation, unworthiness? Because the real focus is, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be unloved. I need to be loved. I feel unwhole. I feel empty. I feel lack. I don't have it all together. That's the true vibration underneath all those actions. And that's why it's so difficult and it's so hard for our collective to have a paradigm shift, which is not just changing your words and actions, but changing your vibration. That is hard. Who here knows how freaking hard that is? It's easy to have mantras and change your actions. It is way harder to shift your feelings. A lot of people have that saying, I can't change the way I feel. First of all, don't ever speak that on yourself because you're making your body be convinced that it can't. You absolutely can change the way you feel. And there is doctors and scientists and spiritual workers that have specific instructions on how to change the way you feel, how to change your vibration, how to move your life in a whole new direction. It starts with a decision. And that's where the Two of Wands pops in. Choice, decision. I want to do this. Like when you get on a diet. Diets never work until you click in your brain and say, I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to lose this now, this month. I'm going to focus. I'm going to stick to this. And I'm going to do it because that's what I want more than food, more than anything. I want this, whatever the focus is. And then people are successful. But everyone else that gets on these diets, and let's just use diets as a life diet too. Everyone else that gets on these, they just go in it for the superficiality. Well, I'd like to lose 10 pounds. Or, and then they complain, oh, I hate this food. I hate this diet. This is terrible. This is the worst way to live. This is nuts. I hate this. Well, nothing's happening for them because they vibrationally and mentally and emotionally hate it. It disgusts them. They don't enjoy the process. because their focus is on the negativity that they don't like this, but they feel they have to do it to get the results they want. Versus the real person who wants to change their life. I want to lose this weight because I want to go running with my kids, because I want to go on adventures, because I want to go whatever. You know, I want to change because there's something else that I really want that makes me happy. And every day that I focus on this, I'm not focused on what I'm not enjoying. I'm not focused on the crappy food I have to eat, to be on the diet, to lose the weight, to get what I want to get. I'm focused on getting what I want to get. I'm closer, I'm closer, I'm closer. I'm nearly there. Oh, I feel it. I feel a difference today. I feel good. You see, those are the difference between dieters. Think about life dieters, just emotional dieters here. Some people want to change, to lose a little bit of the excess, to get somewhat what they want, but they haven't changed their paradigm. They haven't changed their feelings about it. They still carry resentment. They're still a harbinger of negativity, yet they're taking actions and steps just like a fake dieter. Well, I ate, celery today, so I'm in it. No, but is your heart in it? Well, no, my heart's not in it. I hate celery, and I hate this effing diet, and it sucks, and I despise it. Okay, well, let's see how well this works out for you. Versus the other person, how's your diet going today? Oh, it's going so good. I already feel a difference. I'm working harder and harder every day to not take advantage of things, to stuff and suppress emotions inside of me that made me feel I had to eat or made me feel I had to do this. I've been focusing on my mantras, and I've been focusing on walking, and I'm getting more sunshine, and I'm learning new recipes about things that I love. Oh, but what did you eat today? Celery. But I'm going to go home and make an awesome meal. Versus the other dieter, well, what are you going to eat for dinner? Probably effing celery again, because this diet sucks. You see, it's all the point of view. Perception. You can look at it like, this sucks, I have to do this work. I have to make adjustments in my life to have success. And I don't want to deal with my feelings. I don't want to deal with my emptiness. I don't want to deal with my anger. Fuck my anger. I don't want to deal with my own emotions. I don't fucking want to deal with my issues of codependency or whatever, that I'm upset that someone disrespected me, or that someone walked out with someone else, or that someone doesn't have the respect or decency to call me or text me back. Yet you don't want to deal with your issues on sending out signals of neediness, clinginess, expectation. One of the most intelligent things I ever heard from a guru, which was Sadhguru, was drop your expectation. Because when you go into something expecting a certain result, you're probably going to be disappointed. Because the universe works in mysterious ways. I have a friend that has family, a lot of family members, a big, beautiful family. She has a daughter, she has a son, and another son. And she's got 5 granddaughters and 2 grandsons. And she's a young woman. She struggles with emotional distress and anxiety. She struggles with PTSD, and she struggles with feeling worthy and feeling loved, and she struggles with feeling safe. She also struggles with feeling appreciated. And she struggles with feeling seen and understood. She has strong Pisces placements. So she also has a childhood of abuse, sexual and physical and mental and verbal abuse. She grew up in a time before domestic violence was a crime, where if police were called to the house for domestic violence, they would just settle the fight and move along their way. Nobody would really get in trouble. It wasn't a major thing. And so she struggles with a history. And she's well since moved on from that past, but it's still a part of her. And so these are, close the door, these are things that people struggle with even in older days, where they don't realize they're carrying baggage, lots of baggage, subconsciously and emotionally and mentally. Their memory of their spirit, it just carries it. It doesn't matter if it's been 50 years. And for her, it's probably been 40. This friend of mine, 40 years. And she still is a harbinger. She carries it with her like this man carries a backpack. She carries her past on her back, on her shoulders. She takes it with her. She's had a very hard time moving through that. And she's done counseling. She's done spiritual work. She reads tarot. She's a psychic. She's an intuitive. She's a spiritual person. She meditates. She does yoga. She looks into herself. She studies astrology. She's a very spiritual person. So you think she's got it all together. She's taking all the actions and all the right steps in all the right directions to be free of those issues. But she still carries them. And it comes out when, I was trying to tell you her grandkids, she has an expectation. She also has strong Virgo placements. So the criticism, pickiness, OCD, it's very high for her. And the sensitivity, hypersensitivity, and the isolation, the quick retreats happen for her because she's got those Pisces placements. So super hypercritical, super hypersensitive, and super much one that wants to run away from issues. So that's her energy, okay? And what happens is, I was trying to say my example, but giving you her history. She invites all the family over to visit. She invites the grandkids and her daughter. And she has an expectation and a vision of what she thinks that moment should look like. Everyone coloring, being happy, smiling, sharing drinks, having a nice, peaceful, serene, quiet visit. Mind you, we have a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 1, 2, 3, and 5-year-old, and another 5-year-old. She has 2 5-year-olds. A 16 and a 15-year-old in the house. A lot of kids. All these kids are going through changes. One, a couple of them are still in diapers. One cries, it's an infant, and she misses her mom, and she's not used to her aunt around her a whole lot, and she's not used to her cousins, and they don't see a lot of each other because of COVID. It's really separated a lot of the family. You've got one child that, wants a lot of attention, going to school and showing pictures and look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, fighting for attention because she's got a lot of sisters. Okay? Trying to get the limelight. And then you've got another one that's like, I'm never over here. I never see you guys. I want to play, but you guys can't get along because we have all girls and then one little boy. And he wants to play and the girls want to color. And it's frustration because boys and girls are going to play differently. Boys are going to be different than girls, and that's just the way it is. And there's different personalities. You've got Leos, you've got Scorpios, you've got Pisces, you've got, Cancer energies, and you've got, Geminis, and you've got all these different vibrations and all these different energies and all these kids. They all play and think and act and feel differently. They're all in their own unique little world. You've got a 4-year-old that is jealous because her sister's off in school, doing fun things, having friends, getting attention. Kindergarten's her first year, and she's at home with the babies, feeling a little lost. Feeling like, am I a big girl? Am I a baby? I don't understand. So going through some psychological, am I a big or am I a baby kind of feeling. Feeling in the middle. That if you guys grew up watching the Brady Bunch, there was Cindy, and there was Jan, and there was Marcia. Marcia was the oldest, Cindy was the baby, and Jan was the middle child. And what did she always say in the Brady Bunch? It's always Jan, or no, it's always Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. She felt forgotten. So a lot of that middle child syndrome can be a little bit of a troublemaker. You know, they get just like Jan. They get into a little trouble sometimes. And so you have the 4-year-old that is crashing down the 5-year-old boy's Legos and castles, and he builds it 3 times. And she crashes and crashes and laughs. It's like, how do you say, I don't know the right word. Like a troublemaker, like just giggles and looks at him like, haha, I knocked down your castle. You know, just that mischievous. Sitting down and laughing and smiling and smirking, that mischievous. Like I just, you know, made him cry. Now he's going to get in trouble. And then you've got the boy that's like, I'm mad. Scorpio vibes, right? Ooh, running into the room, wanting to close the door, wanting to hide, angry that he's not playing with all his cousins and one of them's kind of being mean, and he's just like, why am I here? I wanted to play and this is not fun. And then it's like, why don't you color? Well, I'm a boy. I don't want to color. So you've got this menagerie of drama. And then you've got the 2-year-old that's just like, you know, sensitive, wanting to cry if anything falls beside her, if anyone touches her, if anyone looks at her wrong. She's sensitive, and she's just in that stage where she wants to be the baby, but there's another baby. So she's kind of fighting for that baby attention. And she has special needs, you know? And so then you've got the baby that's just a little sweetheart, little squishy little baby, crawling, you know, and walking barely, and just wants to be, you know, fed and, you know, comfortable and space. But how does a little baby have space when there's 4 other toddlers running around? So what are you going to get? Crying, because it's a high stress environment. When you get a lot of kids together, it's just a high stressful environment. And the baby, you know, it's late. It's probably after 7, 8 o'clock at night. She's tired. She's getting a late dinner. Her parents aren't there. It's a different environment. Even though she's very used to her grandma and her home, she doesn't live there. So it's not home. Even when you're home away from home, it's not home. And you guys know how that feels. We all grew up going to our grandparents' house, and it's fun for a while, but you want to go home after a while, even if you love it there. And it's the best place in the world. They've got cookies and cakes and gardens and toys, and it's not home. And you know what creates that home? That comfortable, safe environment, which is everybody's comfort zone. We all have one. We have that comfort zone. And it's usually in our room or just in a safe place. But when we put ourselves in vibrations where it's just not comfortable, we stress the fuck out. And so my story with this is the grandma, my friend, had an expectation of no crying, no fighting, just happy. And she expected everyone's personality not to clash, not even a little. And nobody was fighting, per se, but people bump heads. The little ones bump heads. Like I said, they're kids, they're growing, they're learning. They don't know how to deal with their feelings or their emotions. It's like inviting a puppy to your house and hoping that this untrained, unpotty trained, unexperienced puppy will behave in your home. Can we all expect to buy a puppy and just expect it to know everything that it needs to know and not have chewing messes, teething messes, peeing messes, barking messes? No. Most of us expect what we're going to get, but there are those people that don't expect it, and then they want to get rid of their puppy. They can't handle it. Well, in this case, my friend, her oldest, which was her daughter that was over there, was trying to spend some time with the niece, and the niece had a wet diaper. So she kissed the niece and she wanted to lay the 1-year-old down to change her diaper. And of course, like any baby, she started to fuss. And she was already kind of a fussy baby anyways. You know, that baby cries when anyone really wants to hold her. She just got over that over the last few months where the grandma can hold her and she won't cry, really. But even months before that, she would still cry even with the grandma. So she just recently got over that, and it's still fresh, it's new, it's raw. She's still kind of in between that. And so she didn't like the separation from the grandma, and the auntie laying her down to change her diaper upset her. So she started to cry. And my friend came over. I was there at the house. She came over and, give me the baby. I don't want her to cry. You know, I don't want her to cry at all. Give her to me. This is frustrating. You know, before you were here, there wasn't any crying. There's no crying when no one else is here. Yeah, you're right. There is no crying when no one else is here, because it's just you in your comfort zone, and maybe them just with you has a different vibration. But now that there's more people into the mix, the vibration changes. It's another layer. And so I'm talking about this expectation card. She then, her PTSD, her stress, her anxiety, all kicked in, and she just had an overwhelming sense of stress. And it hit her like a ton of bricks, and she couldn't hold her tongue. She couldn't hold her facial expressions. She couldn't hold her actions. She had to let it out. So she lets out words that were verbally just not nice. And she lets loose of the words first. And then the energy is like little laser beams that shoot out, boo, boo, you know, and they hit people with this energy of stress, tension, aggravation, anger, frustration, and just, I'm done with this night. I'm done. And it all comes to expectation. And Sadhguru says, don't expect your night to be a certain way. Don't expect your day. Don't expect things, relationships, dates, family outings. Don't expect them to look and act a certain way, because you will be surprised. The universe tests you and trains you and grows you in different ways. And if you're unteachable, if you're untrainable, if you're not flexible to learn and change and grow and heal, you're going to find yourself in a tower moment where everything comes crashing down. The emotions, the anger, the stress, the past, arguments happen, stress, just everything. It tumbles down like a ton of bricks. And that's what upsets us. That's what makes us feel unhappy. That's what stresses us out. And then we want to blame other people for our feelings. Well, it's your fault. If you weren't here, this wouldn't have happened. What about the 5-year-old boy? Well, if you weren't here, then the 4-year-old girl wouldn't be crying, because she wouldn't be knocking down your castle. And if you weren't here, you wouldn't be in the room having a fit because she knocked down your castle. So because of you, you shouldn't have been here, and none of this would have happened. Or daughter, because of you, the 1-year-old's crying, and that never would have happened if you weren't here. If you weren't here, the crying wouldn't happen. The blame starts to happen, and then you're blaming other people for your feelings, your insecurities, your anger, your past, your PTSD, your stress, your triggers. Other people become the target. It's you, it's you, it's you. It's not me. And I'm bringing that up because this reciprocity, the energy of I'm not getting what I'm sending out, is actually you are, but it's coming back to you in a reflective way. It's reflecting what you need, not what you're asking. And so I've told my friend she's got these triggers, but she doesn't want to hear it. She's not willing to grow or learn. It's a roll your eyes, don't tell me what to do, I'm smarter than you, I'm older than you, I'm more experienced than you, and this is my life, my home, my place, don't tell me what to do, and don't give me any advice, and don't try to teach me, because that's also a trigger, because I already know everything, and I don't need to learn anything from you, especially you. And some people have that energy, where it's, I already know. Don't tell me what I've researched. Don't tell me what I've heard. Even if they're in the wrong. Even if there's an energy of, yep, I went into this night expecting it to be a certain way. I got let down and triggered and stressed because it didn't happen in that way. And now I'm angry. And if you try to give this person advice, which I did, it was an attack on me for even trying to help. And all I said was what Sadhguru said. And I said, you know, sometimes when you expect your evening to be a specific way, you're going to be let down because you're in a room full of personalities, life paths, birth charts, destinies, and lessons. And you are surrounded by other people's little bubbles of energy. Each one of those people has their own labyrinth. And you want to mix them all together into one big labyrinth, which is beautiful because there's one big lesson to learn. How do we deal with ourselves around other energy when we're empathic, when we're psychic, intuitive, smart, working through issues, but we still carry a bag of our past with us? We still carry it with us. And even though we've dealt with so many things, are we unteachable? Are we not flexible? Are we unwilling to see things from a higher perspective during a trigger moment? Because it's easy to see things through another perspective when you're calm, meditating, in a spiritual moment with no one to trigger you. That's a piece of cake. Anyone, a 5-year-old, a baby could learn lessons in good energy. It takes a stormtrooper to learn lessons in a triggered, high intense moment. It takes a master. And if you guys are on your way to being ascended masters, if you guys are on your way to learning from your ascended masters, if you guys are in a high frequency and you're in touch with your higher self and you're asking Spirit to reveal things in life, to reveal things to you, to show you secrets, to give you new knowledge. If you're opening those doors, understand that those triggers, those testing moments, the moments that you need to master is mastering yourself. And Buddha has taught that. Before you can master being a teacher, before you can master being wise, before you can master any kind of education, you must first master yourself, your triggers, your desires, your wants, your emotions, your past. Master those things. And so if you have been, like my friend, triggered to master something inside of you, be honored. Be honored that you're on the right path to being a master, okay? But do not retreat from those lessons. Don't say, I already know. Don't tell me. Don't teach me. Block, block, block. It's like you're fighting someone and they're constantly block, block, block. They don't want to receive the message. That means you are closed-minded and closed down. And that, my friends, is the Tower with the palm tree card, which is permanency, foundation. There's stuff inside of us that is so ingrained and so part of us and so heavy in our energy that to 6 of Swords get rid of that is really difficult, because that's our comfort zone. That's our go-to. Whenever you get angry, what's your go-to? Maybe it's to run away and isolate. Maybe it's to go off on someone. Maybe it's all the above. Maybe it's, who knows what your trigger comfort zone is. But this is to break that barrier, break that habit, break that cycle, see things differently. And one of the biggest lessons here is expectations. Do not go into a dream, a situation. I don't know why I said dream, but dream is like something you want in your life more than anything. Don't go pursuing something. Or like, for instance, my friend with her family, don't invite people over or have a party or a visit or a gathering or a relationship or a movie night or whatever it is for you. Don't take yourself there and already see how it's going to go. Well, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, then we're going to do this, it's going to be like this, we're going to have that. Expectations, nip them in the butt. Nip them all in the butt. Cut their cords, cut them clean. The only thing you need to expect is your person coming over. I invited these people over. I love them. End of story. Then you can begin to work through your emotions, your problems, your past, your triggers, your barriers, because you are a blank canvas and an open book. You are telling Spirit, here I am. Teach me, show me, heal me, grow me, expand me. I'm open. Who knows what could present itself in that moment? A teaching moment. And even for my friend, just laughing was a trigger, because once you get so sensitive that the night is not going how it is, and there's problems, the PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress syndrome, sends your body into a fight or flight. And basically, you start to get a little sweaty. Some people, at least. Your heart rate goes up. Your anxiety level definitely peaks. Every sound is amplified. That would be like a slammed door. A glass tapping a table might be annoying. The closing of a door sounds like a bomb. Laughing can sound like crying or screaming. You start to, by the moon card, distort what's actually going on around you, which is why when you pull the moon card, it can even talk about lunacy, being mad, being crazy. It can talk about not seeing things the way they are. And the moon makes you scared. Just like if you're alone in the dark, any little sound triggers you and you're like, what's that? What's that? What could be out there? Nothing that's not out there when the sun's out. You're not scared when the sun's out. You're scared when the moon's out, because not everything is what it seems. And it's to teach you to face your fears. And so, you know, for my friend, she was already in a moment of fight or flight, already in a moment of panic, already in high anxiety and trying to deal with it. And the best way for her to deal with it was to panic, was to strike back verbally, aggressively, was to shut things down, was to say no playing, no laughing, quiet down, it's too loud, was to start blaming people. Well, it's because of you this happened. Well, they shouldn't be this way. Or no, I'm not this way if this isn't happening. You know, hurtful, spears, words that are spears, because the way that my friend deals with that level of an PTSD and anxiety is to hurt others before they hurt you, or to deflect. Take the energy off of me and put it onto you. Deflect. Deflect. A lot of narcissists do that too. Deflection. It's not me, it's you. We're having an intense energetic moment because of you. You're sensing high energy because of you. Okay? And that's very stressful, because everyone else that's not experiencing the anxiety, the stress level, or the emotions that that person is experiencing, everyone else that's not having a fight or flight is looking at that person and saying, you're the one that stands out. You're like a glowing diamond or a glowing salt stone in the middle of a dark room. You're just glowing, and everyone sees where the energy is coming from, but you're so busy deflecting. It's hurtful and it's irritating. And so people in that energy just don't realize they're in that energy because they're so busy deflecting. So this Tower moment, Ten of Swords, Hanged Man, cleanse, is to have good partnership, to have good relationships, to have good commitments, to have a good marriage, to have a good mom-daughter relationship, father-son relationship, brother-sister relationship, is to conquer yourself. Conquer yourself. I have a comment here. Stickson. Your vibration can also change depending on your environment too, though. Yes, but what I've noticed more than anything, a person's vibration will change the environment. Have you ever noticed that reversal? Yes, someone can go into an environment and it will change their mood. Exactly. But also you could go into a good environment and someone get triggered and that person changes the environment. And I've been put into positions like that also, where I've walked into a room and it's tense. Maybe you walked into a room and people have just been fighting. And you can sense the tension, you can see it just very plainly. And you walk in and you feel low vibe. Or maybe you walk into a sick person's area that is in a negative state of mind and that environment will continue, put you down. Yes, but some people have to realize they also change the environment. So when someone does something out of the blue or painful or cruel, everyone will get in a mood that feels, uh-oh. It's like being in a classroom. Everyone's doing, it's a children's kindergarten classroom. All the kids are playing. Some are playing with blocks. Some are coloring, some are whatever, okay? Chasing, whatever, okay? And then one child gets in trouble for biting. Not that teachers yell, but let's just example. Say a teacher says, "Hey, stop that!" To stop the biting or the fight. Everyone in the room will turn around, look at what happened, and be affected. Everyone there will be affected by what happened, even though they had nothing to do with it. And us as a humanity, we feel that every day with different people in this world. So we are affected by someone else's mood. And this is why some people choose to leave someone alone because their mood is toxic. But what about the people that go into other relationships as a toxic person? What do you teach those people? And that's what we have to focus on. Because there are some people that can have good relationships and live their life. And because they have great relationships, they might run into someone that's toxic, that puts them in a bad mood, and they've chosen to leave that energy to live a happier life because they don't want to be around a toxic person. Well, they're pretty much okay. They've got their life together. What about someone that goes into all relationships as the toxic person? What do you teach? What do you tell that person? You can't tell that person to just walk away, to just pull away from other people because they feel bad. You have to teach that person it is you. You are carrying a negative vibration somewhere inside of you. You are carrying the same bag with you to every connection. School, work, kids, spouse, grandchildren, neighbors, in-laws. You're carrying it with you and you're affecting every relationship like a toxic poison. Well, what's going on inside of you that you're having poor relationships? And those are the people we have to talk to. The people that have a poor relationship with their parents, a poor relationship with their mom, a poor relationship with their dad, a poor relationship with their sister, a poor relationship with their brother, a poor relationship with their kids, let's say a son, and a poor relationship with their daughter, a poor relationship with their grandson, a poor relationship with their granddaughter, a poor relationship with their husband, a poor relationship with their wife. What if someone has a poor relationship with everybody except a toddler that really has no say about the connection? Toddlers don't express whether they approve of you or they don't approve of you, especially if you're a family member. They just play and try to stay out of, trouble. But what happens when you get into teens? Well, you start expressing how you feel around someone, or you distance yourself. So, until that person has a personality where they can actually express safely, that person will never know. And people that are toxic have a better relationship with young people or submissive people, because young or submissive people tend to be a follower and tend to just walk on eggshells around that person. So they tolerate and they put up with high vibrational toxicity. And I mean high as in hypersensitivity, hyperreactivity. People that react over little things. And you know what happens to the people that are the submissive or the young around someone that's toxic is they walk on eggshells. So they walk on eggshells. They can get ulcers. They can get stomach aches. They can get anxiety themselves. They can become depressed. They can become quiet, introverted, unexpressive, unemotional, and unaffectionate. So the people around them can become damaged. You'll notice people that are insecure by, do they put their hands near their mouth? You ever talk to people that their hands are like touching their lips or playing with their eyes or their hair or their chin? That's an insecurity. That person's not secure in that moment. They have to touch something if they're talking. They have to hide under something. And so people that grow up around someone that is just kind of a bulldozer to other people, which is called deflecting. So think of deflecting as also bulldozing. Deflecting is bulldozing because you're not listening to anyone else's feelings, expressions, thoughts, perspectives. You're closed off, shut down, and deflecting, blocking, bulldozing, 10 of swordsing, hurting yourself and hurting others. And so anyways, we went there because, my friend is still struggling with that. It's very difficult as an adult, and she's already a grandma. I don't know if she'll ever get past that. And she is a highly intuitive psychic, and she knows about all these gurus and their teachings. She follows them religiously. But following them is way different than living your life changed, the paradigm shift. And I think this whole reading is kind of about that paradigm. We have to stop reading books, following teachers, listening to whatever, and taking minimal action to get where we want to be. And my point with this reading also today is this. If you haven't got what you wanted, there's another detail that's being missed. Virgo vibes. Read between the lines. Read the fine print. Look at the moon's issues. Reflect. Go inside. I'm not getting the results that I'm seeking. I'm not getting the results that I think I'm sending out. Reciprocity. I'm sending out ABC, but I'm getting back EFG. Why am I not getting this results that I seek? Well, Spirit says stop, Hanged Man, and think, what is it about me that I'm not conquering? Is there something left inside of me that needs to be seen and dealt, healed, changed? What is it? It's not obvious. It's just not obvious. Why are we going through these things? And the reason we seek tarot is because we want truth of the unseen. We want to have some truth. And we want to understand spirit and spiritual things. We want to understand psychology. We want to understand feelings. Also, we want to understand why people do what they do and why do we receive what we receive as emotions. We really want to understand. A lot of people, yeah, we follow tarot because we also want to see results. We want to see what the future holds. And so Spirit reveals to us the future, of course, but he also, because out of love, reveals to us why we're getting the future we're getting. Not only am I going to show you this is your future, but I'm going to show you why you have that answer. Because if you don't like that answer, you can do something about it. And I think that's the beauty in tarot. You can do something about your future. But if things stay as course, if emotions stay as put, decisions are made as so, expectations are kept as is, the future we're running into is just more possibly disappointment. And it can be a frustrating thing. And I think, and I have to share this because as followers, a lot of people say, Steph, I've been following tarot for 5 years or 3 years or however long. And everyone says, this is going to be the outcome. Everyone says this is happening, but it's not happening for me. Or I'm not experiencing things, but I feel led and I feel like I'm part of this collective and I feel like I am in this energy, but I'm not receiving these results, for other reasons, but I'm receiving other results. And this is an explanation of that. We have to cleanse and purge. We have to purge in ourselves. And some of these things are so hard to do. And thank God we have esoteric wisdom. Thank God we have spiritual tools like tarot cards and oracles to help us see the unseen inside ourselves. Thank God, because we'd be lost. But we're seeking truth, we're seeking knowledge, and we're hearing it, we're discovering it. But sometimes we are deflecting, we are blocking. We don't want to hear the plain and simple truth. Because a lot of us want to believe, I'm just being treated unfairly. No one understands me. No one hears me. No one feels like I feel. Life for me is just difficult. And I'm surrounded by difficult people. And this is why I want to be alone. And that's a lot like my friend. This is why I choose to be alone. This is why I choose not to have the family around me, because it's too difficult. When a truer statement of growth is, my family is reflecting to me my issues. My experiences are showing me there's a door that I can open that leads to growth. But I have to put myself through this. I have to learn, grow, cleanse, work through something difficult so I can get to the other side. Otherwise, we just stay locked in this room with this door that we don't go through. Inner reflection. Getting what I'm asking for. I am getting what I'm seeking. I am getting what I'm giving. I just don't want to see it. I don't want to believe it. Who wants to believe they have issues? Who wants to believe they have triggers? Come on. None of us. None of us want to believe that we have some dark trigger inside of us. None of us want to believe, as spiritual light workers and healers and compassionate intuitives, we don't want to believe we have those issues. We want to believe that we've worked on them and we're at a good energy. But the truth is, we're human and our energy is not consistent. The moon represents your energy also. The moon is never consistent. The moon's constantly changing. In and out of cycles, but always changing. Even when it's in and out of cycles, it's in and out of signs. Zodiac signs. So it's never really acting the same. It's just growing, changing, and modifying. So are we. I don't want to be stuck in a door, in a room. I don't want to be in a place that I can't get out of. I want to break every barrier. I want to overcome every challenge. I want to grow. I want to go through that door into another room with other challenges, and I want to break that room too. And I want to go through the next door. And I want to keep going through doors and rooms and changes and challenges like a badass. I want to be fearless. I want to face myself. Maybe one of these days in one of those rooms, I'll see myself. And maybe myself will look back at me and say, well done. Well done. You've learned a lot. And you've learned well. And you've learned fast. And you've been brave. Now, your mission is to teach. Now your mission is to help. I would love to be in that room someday. Job well done. From my higher self. From the self that has conquered the self. I want to see that person in a door one day. And then the next door that I go into, I transform like a butterfly into a new energy. Into an energy where I can be a teacher and a helper. So we all, I don't know if we're all on that path, but I'm certain as a soul you have a purpose. And I'm certain as a soul that these lessons are not meaningless. And I'm very certain that once you get through these difficult times that you're going to be a badass in some way for someone else. So I think that it's beautiful and it's a transformation and it's really going to move through you. This tower's going to change you. And hopefully it's an awakening. It's an aha moment of clarity. It's the crown represents the crown chakra, the mind being open. And I hope this message opened some people's minds, because what Spirit's telling me, sometimes even the best of us can have a closed mind. Even the best of us can have walls and barriers. Even the best of our collective can be stubborn and stuck. Even the best of us don't know how to work our way out of that room. But this is a message to conquer the self. And it starts by expectations. Don't expect certain situations to be the way they are, because they won't be. They just won't be. So be willing to grow, I guess. Change your paradigm and be willing to grow. 6 of Swords, resolution. Find a solution. We don't have to be stuck in anything. So moving on with this reading, I really feel like the emotions are being tested about what really makes you happy. Questions are being revealed through inner reflective journeys. So more so than this YouTube channel or anybody's YouTube channel, more so than anything, you guys are being taught all your answers through an inner reflective soul-searching journey of the Hermit, which is Virgo vibes. And that makes sense because the sun is moving into Virgo, Mars is in Virgo, and our desire and our drive is going to be to conquer thy enemy. And thy enemy is thyself. Thyself. We can be our own enemy. And maybe that is the lesson of Mars in Virgo, is to look at the details, look at the fine print, look at why we're getting what we're getting, and make adjustments. It's not always exterior. And if it is exterior in this reading, 10 of Swords, Tower, 6 of Swords, resolution, moving on from someone that's difficult communication, difficult to talk to, 6 of Swords, 10 of Swords, air sign, moving on from someone that is toxic and painful is one of the hardest things you guys can do. And that may be the choice. I've got to leave this toxic husband, or I have to leave this toxic wife, or I have to let go of this toxic boyfriend or girlfriend, or I have to let go of whatever. Maybe it's a sister, maybe, you know, I have a friend that has a terrible sister. She's freaking terrible. And she has a terrible mom. They're abusive. They don't want to help her. They don't want to support her. They're controlling and verbally and mentally abusive to her. But she's a young mom and she kind of depends on them. But they are terrible for her. And I feel so bad for my friend and her daughter. And I'm just like, I wish she would just cut them off and do her. But the reason she can't cut them off and do her is because she is codependent on them for vehicles and shelter. And if she just had enough faith in herself to be on her own, she wouldn't need them. She has a full-time job. She's been to college. Why is she stuck there? I don't know. You know, my theory on that, as a friend of hers, she has not conquered herself. And even though it's not her fault that her childhood, that her parents brainwashed her into feeling a certain way about herself and she doesn't have that confidence or that strength, she still has to conquer it. And I like to think of that movie from Jurassic Park when the old man with the white hair said, I'm not saying that this is your mistake, but I do ask that you pay for them. Or I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know his exact saying. In other words, not everything's your fault. Things happen to you that are out of your hands. People are rude, mean, abusive, and cruel, and that's not your fault. But it is your life. It's yours, not theirs. And it is your responsibility to manage your life, your heart, your soul, yourself. So I'm not asking that you take responsibility for what that did to you. I'm not saying that you have to say it's your fault that that happened to you, but I am asking you to pay for them. I am asking you, in other words, to deal with your life. You may not have chosen to be born in poverty, in abuse, in hell. That was not your choice. But now you have a life and you can deal with it and you can become something else. And I think it's just about taking that responsibility that no matter what happens to you, and it does affect you, to face that beast inside yourself. I don't know where that's at. Yeah, face that beast inside of you, that cruel person that hurt you, those experiences that changed you, those painful memories that hold you back, those PTSDs, those anxieties, those fears, just face them inside of you and deal with them and say, I'm choosing another way out, Ten of Swords. I'm going to deal with my own shit. I may have PTSD and it's not my fault, but I'm going to conquer that fucking PTSD. I may have anxiety in this world and that's not my fault because I was abused and kept in a home isolated for 10 years. But I'm going to conquer that fucker and I'm going to get out there and I'm going to conquer that freaking beast inside of me, that fear, that anxiety. You're mine. Make it a mission. Make it a goal. You will not defeat me. Your past has a presence forever in you, but it will not defeat your future. Don't let it. Don't ever let it. Don't let this person that broke your heart and stomped you into the ground ever make you feel like you are not the beautiful or handsome, wonderful spiritual blessing that you are. Don't let it. Conquer that beast. It's not your fault, but it is your life. And you don't have to let that experience tell you what tomorrow's going to be. Fuck them and fuck that. Sorry, but that's the Ten of Swords. That's the French that comes with it. Fuck them and fuck that. You will not defeat me. My dad abused me. You won't defeat me. Fuck you to that. My mom lied to me, disrespected me, abused me. Fuck you for that too. You're not going to ruin my life. I'm not going to have a bad relationship with my kids because of you. Or I was abused verbally, mentally, sexually by an ex-husband. And now I'll never have a good relationship with anyone. I'm trash. Nope, fuck you and fuck that. You didn't make me who I am today. I'm a beautiful, badass survivor, and now I'm married to an awesome, amazing, wonderful man or person. And we're happy as could fucking be, because that relationship does not make my future or my present at all. I'm a survivor. I got out of it. It will not take me down. So conquering the self is really what's seen today. Don't be seduced by past addictions, patterns, or actions. Don't be seduced by your old comfort zone. There comes that old pillow, that old blanket, ready to comfort you and help you to deal with your feelings the way you've always dealt with them. Whether it's smoking, eating, isolating, running away, blocking, going off on someone, whatever your comfort zone is on how to deal with these things, nope, not my problem. And so this is just a message for those that need to hear it, that you do get what you get. But are you ready to understand why? Or do you need to go on what I think is this Ferris wheel again? Because the truth is, some people need to go through this longer. Some people need to stay on the Ferris wheel a couple times, maybe more. Maybe they need to go through this lifetime and the next before they really get the lesson. Maybe that's their path. Maybe they need to sit longer in this energy, because the truth is people have questions, but when they get the answers, they don't want to hear that answer. That's not the answer they want, and that's expectation. We all want to hear, it's not your fault, things are going to change, things are changing fast, things are going to be different for you. But we don't want to hear, things change, but we go through cycles. And every time you go through a hurdle and an issue, there's going to be another one nearby in the future. It's never just over. It's never some destination, it's a journey. You're either going to be a strong swimmer or you're going to sink. My advice is just keep swimming, because you're going to have good days and bad days. You're going to have times of strong learning and growth, and you're going to have stagnation. That's all part of the journey. We're going to go through ebbs and flows. We're going to ride the waves, and sometimes we're going to be pushing against the current. That's life. But if we do want to succeed in the mastering of ourselves and helping of others, it's always good to ask those questions. Why am I not receiving what I'm getting? Getting an answer and being told the truth. Well, you're actually attracting what is coming at you because of your vibration. It's kind of like saying for my friend, oh, I hope tonight goes well. I hope there's no fights. I hope there's no arguments. I hope they get along great. I hope everyone's happy. All expectations. Hopes are expectations, really. You want to lie and say, oh, it's just a hope. No, it's kind of you're setting yourself up for what you want it to be. Drop that. There's certain things you need to hope for, and then there's certain experiences you don't. Like when it's person to person, that's a whole nother scenario. Hoping for you to change and grow on your own individual journey is yes. But bringing hopes into other lives with other people, that's no. You can't, because they're on a whole different journey. No hopes for other people. And that's why people say, well, my son is on drugs. I hope that he can get off of it, and I hope that we can have a better relationship, and I'm just hoping and praying that this will change. Yeah, keep praying. Don't hope. I want you to hug that person today and be thankful for today. Take it slow. Don't worry about the future. Don't set yourself up, because what if that person cannot make it out? Just tell them you're doing good today. You're doing great today. I love you. If you can do that, you won't be set up for disappointment, anger, frustration, or major pain. You'll be realistic and in the moment. I don't know. That's just some advice for some people. It's just hard. And a lot of you guys are waiting for someone or hoping to get reconnected, you know, and if you say, I hope that we can have a future, I hope that we can talk one day, I hope that we're going to get back together, I hope that our relationship will be in a specific way, maybe we'll be friends, I hope that, you know, don't hope for anything. Don't hope. Have visions. Visions are like silent dreams. A vision is a silent dream. It's not spoken, it's not created, it's not hoped on, it's just a feeling. A vision makes you feel a certain way. You don't have to say anything. It just starts to create another pathway to get to that vision by not saying anything. So if you're hoping to be with someone or hoping to have something with someone, just start visualizing it. Don't say anything and don't hope. Just have a vision that lasts a couple seconds. Just a couple seconds of a vision. And that's it. You're going to start seeing that created. But my theory is, if you say, I hope that me and this person can have this, you'll probably be let down. Because we can't control them. Sometimes they're going to be stubborn like that palm tree. They're going to be steady and persistent and permanent. And your person may not want to budge. Your person may not want to grow. Your person may be like, F that change, F that tower, F the hangman, F you. They may just be stuck in a hanged man position for a while. And here you are hoping, and they're unwilling. And that's why I say don't set yourself up expecting. Don't. However, when you see a tarot card reading or a future telling of a situation, I don't want you to hope for it. I want you to visualize it. That's how I want you to take these tarot readings as much as you can from now on. A visualization of what's been expressed through the cards. Visualize it. Feel it. Is that you? Does it resonate? If it resonates, get excited. And that is a form of expectation, but it's not claiming it. Your brain reacts differently to speaking something and anticipating something versus just getting excited. I'm going to put it to you like this, which is a simpler way of explaining it. You're walking on a walk in your neighborhood. You're not thinking about a dog or a puppy. You're not planning on it. You're not even hoping to get one. You're just walking. And then a couple walks by with a beautiful, cute little puppy. And you bend down and you pet the puppy, and it gives you puppy kisses, and it's so cute, and you get to hold it. You get excited. You're like, ah, he's so cute. Oh my God, I love him. I love this little puppy. Oh my God, he's so cute. Ah, you just lose it. Adorable little puppy. Ah. And your energy instantly gets excited. Your heart is like, oh, and you just fall in love. You fall in love with that little puppy. Oh, I always do. Or kitten. You just fall in love, man. And you breathe in that energy. You're just like, ah, it felt so good to see a little puppy. It brought up my mood. It lifted my heart. It made me feel happy. Serotonin is kicking in. And you walk away just like, that was so cute. What an adorable puppy. You may not walk off thinking, I'd like a puppy. But mostly, your energy is, I love the feeling of being around a puppy. I love the way that makes me feel. I love the way that my problems melt away. I love the way that I get put in a happy, happy mood. I love the way that it pulls me away from my daily criticizing thoughts. that puppy stopped in a moment of time a lot of pain and worries. That is what I'm saying with tarot readings, future tellings, visions. It's not leaving that puppy visit and saying, I'm going to go plan on getting a puppy at the pet store tomorrow and bringing it home, and I hope I'm as happy with that puppy as this one, and I hope I find a puppy exactly like this puppy. It's more, I love the way that made me feel. And hopefully you just walk away feeling a little bit more happy, and Spirit will bring in that feeling for you because it's an attraction. Your high vibration of love and comfort and happiness and joy begot more love, happiness, and joy. And you will find this adorable puppy of your own. So that's all I'm saying with tarot card readings. I hope that was a decent example. I want you to get excited about the results of a reading. I want it to make you feel a certain way, and I want you to carry that feeling in your heart and say, yes, this was like an uplifting reading. It was good for me. It changed me. It made me feel good. It made me change my paradigm of negativity, or it made me get off track on the focus of whatever. This reading made me see things differently, and it feels good to feel that way and to hang up the phone and be changed. That's all I want you to take with you. I don't want you to take with you, I expect this to happen in 6 weeks, and it's going to be this person, and then my life will be complete. I'm just going to wait till that happens. You know, that's expectation. And I'm not saying you can't get it, but I'm saying don't live your life expecting it. So if a bump in the road happens, maybe they get, you know, involved in something that blocks them from being able to reach out. Or maybe you get sick and that blocks the energy that was supposed to happen for communication. Or, you know, maybe someone got a job offer, unexpected events. Everything happens in people's lives. And for us to have that expectation and be disappointed is a big letdown, and it makes us spiral into this negativity. So yeah, whenever you're hearing readings, please just, you know, feel the feeling of the uplifting love that you get from it, and the lessons and the happiness and the joy or the truth, whatever comes to you. And let that move through you. And then continue about your life. Think of it like a espresso, a little shot of espresso, just to pick me up, pick you up on your journey, because I know you guys are strong swimmers. I know you guys are just swimming. That's why you're here on my channel. So sometimes you need to pick me up. And that's what my readings are. They're to help you keep swimming. They're to keep you afloat like a life vest, to give you that drive to just keep going, just keep swimming. These are pick-me-ups, and it's to make you feel good and keep going, guys, because you're all doing really good. You're all survivors of painful situations. Anyways, that's reciprocity. Adjustments are being made. Okay, so however you guys are seeing your adjustments being made, that's how it's happening. Bottom of the deck is fighting to emotionally detach but not winning. And that might be for some of you. For some of you, that might be your person. Kind of like 8 of Cups, you know, but in this case, it's not winning. So we do have someone overall, underall, trying to detach. Whoever that is on your team, okay? But that person that is emotionally withdrawing is not winning. They're not winning over the moon, okay? They're just not. The moon is not letting them overcome and win this mission of, I will not go in my emotions. I will not feel this. The next card is Time is Up. Took too long. Like my reading. And Soul Mirroring. There we go, about the mirroring, exposing and revealing all. That's exactly our reading today. Soul Mirroring, exposing all. Don't be afraid to look at these ugly parts. Love those ugly parts. You know, when I look at my ugly parts, let's say my temper, because I have a shitty temper sometimes. Fucking Sagittarius. I have combust planets in my 7th. You know, I got a temper. And I can argue. So I'm not always a walk in the park, okay, with people. I'm just not. And I know that about myself. I'm working on it. But when I look at my ugly parts, when I go off, when I say things I don't want to say, maybe I curse off, or I just get super angry and I start to yell and I don't even realize I'm yelling. I don't like that about myself. But I also look at my shadow side and my beast in me, and I'm like, let me look at you. And I see things about that beast that I love. One, you're a fighter. You're a go-getter. You're brave. You'll fight for the ones you love and you won't let down. You're a beast for your heart. You'll jump into fire and flames and you'll do anything for those that you love. You're fearless. You're a beast. I love that about you, and you're beautiful. But you also hurt people you love. You say things you don't mean. You do things out of anger. You lack patience. And I don't like that. That's ugly. It's not who I want to be. It's not how I want to come off to people. It's not how I want to treat people. It's not what I want to say. I don't like that. And so you can look at your shadow side and see those situations in yourself. Whatever it is for you. Maybe it's anxiety. But find something in that shadow side that you love that's beautiful, because it's not all bad. And for the negative parts that you don't like, you still have to love it. And maybe a way you can love it is by, for me, saying, where did you get your fire from? Well, my dad. Well, duh, he's the sun. Why did I get my fire from my dad? Well, what about my mom? She's fiery. I love my mom and my dad. They make mistakes. I got a lot of fire from them in their imperfections. And out of their creation, which is me, which fire is creation, became this fiery being who is both beautiful and difficult. I love them both. I love them all. And I don't always show that fire side. I'm working on it, right? Perfecting it. That's it. You got to look at yourself like that. You got to go inside and just be like, there's beauty to this and there's ugly to this. There's beauty to how I was created like this, and there's ugly to how I was created like this. But this is me. It's part of me. Soul mirroring is exposing and revealing all. So often do we tell ourselves, you're either all terrible or you're all great. Because believe me, there's people that do that. They think they're just one big nutshell of drama, a nut, and they just get everything bad. Everything in life is bad. Nothing's good for them. And they believe that and they feel that way. Believe me, I met them. And then we have people that are just, I'm great. I'm amazing. I'm Zen. I'm peace. I'm Buddha. I'm a reincarnation of a rishi. I'm a badass motherfucker. You know, I do this spiritual thing 110%. I am the teacher. I am the light. I am everything amazing, and nothing in me is dark because I conquered that years ago. Now, you want to know a surprising fact on the people that are like that? Rahu is the all positive. It's narcissists, right? Rahu's like, I'm all this, I'm all that, I'm badass, I'm good, I'm amazing, and it depends where their placement is. And Ketu is, I'm nothing. I'm not wanted, I'm undesired, I'm unworthy. Ketu's the opposite. Let go. You don't want me. Don't look at me. Rahu's like, look at me, I'm awesome. I know everything, says Rahu. Ketu says, I know nothing. But in reality, Ketu represents everything you've been there, done, and known. It represents a lot of knowledge and wisdom. Rahu represents ignorance. You need to grow. Grow up and grow. You don't know shit. You need to get more information. Because Rahu is taking and Ketu is pushing away, not wanting, releasing. So you have this push-pull. And we all have this energy in us. We're all dealing with our narcissistic side and our side that hates us and doesn't want anything. And somewhere there's a fine middle. And we try to be normal and we try to have a little bit of both. And really that's normal. So it's good, it's healthy to have both. But it certainly isn't healthy to just have one. So if you ever catch yourself being heavy in one of those energies, get yourself out of that. Quick as you can, get yourself out. Please. Because you're unbalanced. The best thing is to just meditate and ground. Steph, that's the best explanation of Ketu and Rahu. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, Jeff, I'm going to cry. That was such a beautiful compliment. Tears. Thank you so much. That makes me so happy. Okay. I'm trying. I know. I got to end this reading. It's too much, but I've been having a good time with you guys. We're going to get to the Oracle, and then I'm going to do a really fun thing for you all. I am going to answer questions for those that want to sign up for the astrology class September 10th. So it's a special Cash App offer, and I need the money. That's why I'm doing it. But if you guys want to purchase the astrology class on Cash App, you can, and I'll enroll you. It's $99. So if you want to do it through Cash App and just say astrology class as the note and pay the $99, I will be happy to answer these questions for you. But first, let's get the Oracle. Let's see. Yeah, let's do the energy oracle. We're really feeling the energy today. The energy is really high, so let's get into the energy. This whole reading's been about energy, so I really like that. We feed off our energy. We give energy. People feed off our energy. We might as well not even be beings. We might as well just be an energy. Jingles. She's running around free. I hope she doesn't pee on anything. I'll be right back, guys. She's in heat. She literally pees on things in heat. There's no male tomcat out here, Jingles. There is no male tomcat, I can assure you, but you will find Sumo. You want to sit outside? I just put her in the grass. Okay. Well, I'm not done working. You pick one. Okay. Sorry, guys. Had to let my little kitty cat outside. My little Gingle. Oh. She's on a leash. I can't let her loose because she's looking for a tomcat. But we like her to roll in the grass and be outside. And wait a minute, that is an omen. Natural Mystic, you purchased the August class, so already enrolled. May I get a question? Yes. Yes, you may. Let's get through this oracle, honey, and then you're first. Okay, Spirit, please guide me. Whew. Spirit, please give me an oracle for the collective with this reading. What do we need to know? Yes, you're welcome, love. What do we need to know? Message from Spirit. Bottom of the deck, contract. Spirit says honor your soul contract. Don't try to defeat it. A lot of us don't like our karma. We don't. I don't like mine. I have major karma with my lovers. Like just, it's just in my soul contract. And I hate that. And, you know, for you guys that are wondering what that is, that's your birth chart. Your soul contract is your birth chart. It's written in the stars. The contract of the universe isn't pen and paper. The contract of the universe is space and time. And anyways, yeah, I don't like it. But I have to deal with it. This. And to understand where we're coming from. Understand our lessons. Try not to fight them. Try to work with them. And the card we got is victory. Woohoo! Spirit says we're doing pretty damn good. I mean, do you agree? 111 people as I look up, 111. I think that's victory. We are doing extremely well. Spirit's like, you guys are over here watching Steph's channel, Just Keep Swimming 1111, listening to her long-ass fucking readings, being a friend, advising other people in your groups, talking to others, opening up, sharing your mind and your heart, just being open. You are victorious. You are absolutely facing all your fears. You're doing your soul mirroring. You're exposing and revealing your truths. You're conquering your demons. You're opening doors every day. And Spirit's like, you are a badass team and a badass group of light workers. Okay. Success is achievement in what you set out to do. Upright, this card shows a beautiful spirit holding a golden victory wreath, an acknowledgement of your achievement, guys. Success is on its way, and you all have a sense of pride in what you've worked so hard to accomplish, which is yourself. You are working at accomplishing your beautiful soul and making it even more so. This achievement may be a great outer success. It may be a deep inner success, which is change that you've been exerting a lot of effort into. Enjoy this sense of accomplishment, team, but be careful not to rest upon your laurels. People expect outer triumph to bring great changes, but often there may still be some inner work to do. Let yourself be open to victory on every level. And that's true, because sometimes our victory is small. You know, sometimes we have a small victory and it's still a victory. Don't discount that. It's like being on a diet and losing 5 pounds and you're like, that's not really a great victory. But no, it is, because you lost weight when you could have gained. Count that as a victory. Or, I haven't healed myself completely, but I saw my sister, which I'm easily triggered by, and I had an amazing time with her, and I conquered my anxiety, my PTSD, and my fears. It was one visit. It was one day, but I conquered that day, and it's a victory. Yeah, there's going to be other days to conquer, but this is a win. So Spirit's like, don't discount your small victories just because you really want a big one. You're doing wonderful, and things are changing. Tower moments are here. Okay, so that is another oracle. Let's get an oracle message about this tower. Spirit, can you just... Oop. Okay. The tower is, I miss you now. Gosh, I would say that's 6 of Cups, and that's Ace of Wands. There's probably going to be a shocking revelation, which leads to some kind of a reconciliation very, very soon. Very, very quickly. A lot of you, it's a reconciliation of you. Your soul, who is split into different personalities at this time based on events, is going to be reconciling, and your soul is going to feel whole and solid like a rock. For some of you, that tower is about self. For others of you that are already kind of like that, you may be reconciling with someone here that you've had a real hardship with, be it family or love. Okay? Bottom of the deck, true colors are being revealed this fall. Okay, so you're seeing true colors in yourself and other people. All right, let's just get one more Buddha wisdom and then we'll be done, and I'll answer a couple questions. For those of you that want to purchase the astrology course through Cash App, please go to Cash App. Okay, and then you can find me at JKS1111. That's my little name there. But my Cash App tag is Let That Shit Go 1111. It's $99. If you want to go to the app right now, pay $99 and get enrolled in the astrology course for September 10th at 7 p.m. Even if you can't make that time, you'll be sent the recording. I will be happy to answer a question for you here included, okay? So just let me know. And if you see this video and you do it later, maybe you do the Cash App in an hour or maybe tonight, 5 hours from now or whenever, I'll be happy to still answer questions for you, okay? So even if you don't catch me live, let's go ahead. Spirit, what is the advice from Buddha? The world always finds a way to praise and a way to blame. The wise continually praises. Isn't that the truth about today's criticism? We can always find a way to blame. The world will always. And there's people that want to praise and blame, point fingers, enough of that criticism. The wise people constantly praise. They look at the shadow and praise it. They look at their issues and praise it. They look at their fails and praise it. Nothing's a loss, it's just a lesson. Constantly be praiseful. That's not a word, but constantly be thankful. And keep praising no matter what the situation. That is what the wise do. Bottom of the deck, surrender your judgments, everybody, and see beyond the end and the beginning. So don't worry about the past or the future. That's the end and the beginning. Don't worry about it. See past what happened and what will happen. Surrender your judgments. That's beautiful. All right, guys. So I haven't gotten any Cash Apps. No one. So I'm really not going to answer any questions. I'll just do Natural Mystic. If you're here, you had a question. Go ahead and ask, love. Where's my twin flame? And I'm in our journey regarding him. And I in his journey regarding. And his marriage with his karmic. Okay, which, yes. Let's do that. Spirit, please guide me for Natural Mystic. Where is she in this twin flame journey with her love? And what's going on with him and his karmic situation? Not today, hun, but I may do it tomorrow for sure. I'll be home tomorrow and I can certainly do 100 Club tomorrow. But the 100 Club is definitely a 2-hour video. So if I want to start doing those, I'm going to get into it solely just for you guys. And I'll put in the title 100 Club. What time's a good time, Cece? Is it like around the same time tomorrow? You can be first on the list for the 100 Club tomorrow if you want. Is today's pretty much a good time? It's 3:50 my time. Okay. Spirit, please guide and direct me in this message for the twin flame. What is her position in this twin flame journey right now with him? And what's going on with his karmic energy? Whoops. His karmic energy is Justice card in reverse. Your guys' journey, this is unjust. He's made promises he hasn't kept to you. Natural Mystic. He has made a lot of promises. He made those soul contracts with you. He hasn't kept them. Even on your twin flame journey, it's been really unfair. There's a lot of animosity, contracts with the karmic situation, definitely toxic. He's stuck and bound in a contract with this person that he's really having trouble getting out of or away from, because then we have the Empress in the reverse position. Okay, and it's not good. She's a taker. She's not a sharer. She comes to brag. She comes to sit in negativity and just be evil, honestly. The Empress in reverse is just not a good person. A terrible mom, terrible situation. It also represents a lack of growth. So even if it's not a person, it's just a major lack of growth. Okay? Then we have the Five of Pentacles, also in a reverse position. which tells me this is a loss. And you've been left out in the cold, all right? You've been abandoned here. And it's been very, very unfair. The one following that is Three of Cups. I do think you're going to have a reconciliation, a celebration, a happy renewal of something, and this person will reach out to you. It looks like your person's having financial matters, or so are you. But financial matters are affecting your love life. Okay, there's contracts, financials, there's logistics, there's physical truths that cannot be avoided that are affecting your guys' journey. These hurdles need to be overcome. There are changes with the cycles, the moon, the 3 moons. There is cycles. I do feel in 3 moons, why that's coming to me, you guys are going to be having a reconciliation. So, and for 3 moons, it's 3 full moons. You need to go through 3 full moons before this can be looked at, but you have time to reconcile old debts, time to reconcile contracts, time to reconcile just a lot of real life issues. Let's see how this person feels about you. Letting go of control issues. Then you have forgiving and learning. Yeah, this person is used to living life a specific way, really having a hard time adjusting to leaving that behind, because not only leaving the karmic is difficult, but leaving the lifestyle with the karmic is very difficult. We saw each other 3 days ago, but I think he's gone again. Well, that may be the case. There's this abandonment. Do you feel like he just walked out and abandoned you? Because those feelings are definitely there. This feelings of abandonment. And maybe, you know, even when you see someone, you feel abandoned because they're not really there for you. And so there's this lack. There's this, I'm not cared for. I'm not nurtured. I'm not, you know, I'm the one that's shafted. And that might be what's being felt here for you. He feels maybe you need to let go of control issues, or maybe he does. I think he does, but it could be reversed. He needs to allow this situation to unfold naturally, and so do you. But there's a lot of forgiving and learning, and patience is being seen here. What does he really want to tell you? Show me Natural Mystics Twin. I keep asking myself, why am I doing this? Okay. Your person doesn't know why he's seeing you and having that situation. He also doesn't know why he's in that situation when he wants to see you. He's in a rock and a hard spot. And he is definitely asking himself, what the hell's wrong with me? Why do I keep doing this? Why can't I stop? It feels like an addiction to him. This fire energy here is passion, love, sexual energy, action, and challenge. So your person has a lot of sexual attraction to you. And it's also a challenge. We have spicy under that, more sexual attraction, one-of-a-kind connection, and intense chemistry. Okay, so your person just feels a certain way about you that he doesn't get with the other person. Okay, what's going on with his karmic situation? What are they going through? Bottom of the deck, 2 of Cups. So they're just going in their marriage. They're just connected. Connected, dealing with it, living life in their marriage, you know, just doing their thing. But a tower moment's happening. Holy shit, didn't see that coming. This tower was actually a surprise. I really didn't see this coming with the 2 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. It's like looks can be deceiving. Holy shit. Natural Mystic, looks can be deceiving. 2 of Cups, seemingly happily married. Boom, there's the tower. In their situation, girl. Holy I did not see this coming. 8 of Cups, Natural Mystic. And his karmic situation is a leaving. Leaving. Tower, leaving. Shock. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. He doesn't want it to happen. Maybe she doesn't want it to happen. Could be her. But this person is leaving a situation and someone does not want it to go that way. But that is the way it's going. Holy shit. That is the way it's going down. Pure and simple. And I'm shocked. What does this person want to say about this relationship ending? Good news is on the way? Feeling the pain now? I regret everything. Karma came hard. Wow, and I asked what's going on in their karmic connection. Could it be him leaving on a trip? No, and you know why I feel like it's a no? Because of the Tower. A trip to me would be more like a Knight of Swords, Eight of Cups, Wheel of Fortune kind of scenario. You know, the Knight of Swords going on a trip, moving somewhere, maybe a Six of Swords even, leaving, going somewhere, even Knight of Wands. But the Tower is life-changing, soul-shifting, earth-shattering, foundation-breaking, and it represents an absolute destruction. And it's an unforeseen one for sure, because I didn't even see it coming. Two of Cups in the upright at the bottom. Didn't even see that shit coming. Natural Mystic, you're not going to see this shit coming. It's going to be a blow out of nowhere. But that relationship is doomed, and I don't want to make you feel bad, but I kind of feel like he doesn't want it to end. I just feel that way, and I'm sorry. He doesn't want it to end, but it looks like that's the way it's going. And I wish he would just be happy that it's over and go be with you and yippee, yeah, you, and, you know, woohoo, let's celebrate. But, you know, it's more of, I didn't really want that to end. That's the truth. It's good news that it's finally ending. But karma's going to kick his ever-loving ass. It's coming. And that Wheel of Fortune is karma in the direction he didn't want it to go. Because you reap what you sow. This is going to be a shock. And maybe it has everything to do with 3 moons. So Natural Mystic, you are a Natural Mystic. See what happens within 3 full moons. There seems to be a definite ending with the karmic situation. Period. So that's going to be a shock though. So I don't even feel like either of you see it coming. It's going to be a shock. Something's going to happen big. All right, well, I'm going to go, guys. No one else has ordered the astrology reading. I haven't got a single Cash App notification. If anybody else wants questions as far as my other people that are already enrolled in the astrology class, I'll be happy to answer yours as well, possibly tomorrow, okay? So we're going to get on that. And I love you guys, but I'm going to go. It's been a long reading. If you watch this reading later and you're like, you know what, I decide I want to be part of the astrology course. It's just 1 class, 4 hours, the 10th at 7 p.m. I'm going to teach you how to read your birth chart. I'm going to teach you about the planets, their meanings, and the houses that they're supposed to be tied to. You're going to talk about, you know, how to make some small predictions for yourself based on your birth chart, what to see, what to expect, and possibly revelations of what you already went through at specific ages. So you're going to have some revelations in the astrology class. That's pretty much it. We'll also talk about the zodiac signs. So if you want to know about the karmas for each zodiac sign, what they look like, how they act, how they think, how they feel, basically in a nutshell, you can go ahead and enroll. Okay, so I think the enrollment time is up. That's why I'm offering the Cash App. If you want to enroll, you can go to jks1111.com, see if it's there, if it's allowing you to enroll still. But if it's not, if it's too late for enrollment, just go to Cash App and put astrology class, newcomer. Okay, and I'll enroll you and I will answer a question for you. All right, I love you guys so much. Remember what I always say, this is a journey, not a destination. So just keep swimming, guys. I love you so much. Be well, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys. Karen, I'm going to give you a birthday one free on Skype. Okay, girl? So, or if not, I can just maybe do it late at night and then like send it to you. Deliver it, okay? So I'll see what I can do. I love you so much. Bye, guys.